once again. Definitely enjoying it. Shout out to everybody. You know, it's the Str8 No Chaser the podcast. Let me shut that down so the neighbors don't know. You know what I'm saying? We back. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Here we are once again for the first time in a long time. And yeah, we just wanted to say what's up to everybody out there in social media world, you know, and everybody needs to introduce themselves real quick. We're going to go around. Go ahead and tell them who you are, Ra.
What up, y'all? Ra, kicking it, chilling with the Str8 No Chaser fam. You see 3 on the screen. We got a 4th. He gonna be coming in and out, you know. But you know, we we pick it up where we left.
Things change, the more they stay the same.
Yo, the more stuff changed, the more stuff. And yo, let me give a quick shout out. Juanita White Russell. She's a super fan. Y'all remember the birthday party, the surprise birthday party? Sure, little lady was dancing all the time.
Yeah.
Number 1 fan. She was so happy to see us come back.
Yeah, she was. That's
Shout out
right.
to Juanita.
That's right.
All right.
Now you said that, I know exactly who you're talking about.
So
there he is.
Let's throw it to Neil and let's test it and see what's going on. Neil, say what's up to the people.
What's happening, party people? Glad to be back among family and friends. It's been a long time, but with me, shit ain't changed. So yeah, you already know.
We had the first tough word of the podcast.
You see Rose out there too.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. We're now good.
Keeping it gangster. Listen, I'll say this. Here's the 2 years. We normally go around and say what we're drinking. We didn't do that part because it is Str8 No Chaser the podcast. So I'm gonna bring us back to reality. Everybody out there listening, KG, Keltrick, my IG handle's on there, KG82000A on Instagram. But I am drinking Ka Añejo tequila. Tequila ain't changed, but I got the Añejo on deck right now. But it's good to be back with y'all out there in audio land and visual land, and let's get it in, gentlemen.
Let's go backwards. I'm with the Uncle Nearest. Like you stuck with tequila, I stuck with the Uncle Nearest, the 1856. You know, shout out to Fawn Weaver. Her and her husband be killing it. Her team. This is what I'm doing.
Yes. But listen, he got ice in here. So if y'all hit a little shaking, that's ice. This is Str8 No Chaser for Keltrick. So this is all tequila neat.
Yeah, no, this is on the rocks. This is on the rocks.
Yeah.
No rose. It isn't dry January for us.
No, we don't do that.
Yo, I love Jameson so much. I named one of my children after this. So
hey, that's real.
Jameson, Sprite.
Salute to that.
Salute. Cheers. Welcome back to everybody.
What about Neil?
Neil, what you drinking?
Go ahead.
Water.
Hey man, after the day I had, man, I'm drinking my last shot of Appleton rum. So I'm a rum man. This is the last shot I had left, but I'm here.
Okay. Quick shout out to Decca. She hang with us back in the day. Now she with us. Reese, what's going on?
Listen, you see Reese be cutting. That's my barber.
That's okay.
That's my barber. You be checking.
Wait.
Thanks for looking out, Reese.
What he cutting?
Barber to tighten me up, man. Listen, if you ever come to Texas and you to fade, he's a man. I've been trying to give him some business ideas, but that dude he's talented, man. Special brother.
Okay, Miss Smith, how you doing, Mama? Good to see you. And of course, Jamila's out there. Happy New Year to you too, sis.
Happy New Year.
John, go ahead, take it.
Oh, real quick. I got to shout out the Deltas. They had a Founders Day yesterday. Shout out to the Delta. My wife's a Delta, so I got to salute the Delta Sigma Thetas.
Major constituency in this audience and around the world. So I don't know if Neil was going to say anything, but we good. And so now, man, you know, we only got y'all for a few minutes. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, doing the usual stuff. Happy New Year, like they were saying. You know what I'm saying? We already introduced everybody. We're glad to be back. Hopefully y'all going to see more of us, et cetera, et cetera. Str8 No Chaser, the podcast. But now that we back, we're going to try to do things a little bit differently. We're going to jump right into the juicy topic, okay? For the first place, workplace relationships. Now,
you don't want to know where we been?
I mean, when that.
We talk about that later. My fault.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah. Nobody, we're going to get to that because this is the hook and we're reeling y'all in and we're trying to. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to know too.
Exactly. Workplace relationships. I don't know how to tee this up correctly because I work from home.
Right.
And, the only thing I'm doing is with my computer. Don't read into that.
What?
But
You know what he's doing with his computer.
Hand motions.
Salesforce is the devil anyway. So can you have a relationship with somebody you work with? Personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. You can't help who you work with, but you just got to be careful. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably have coworkers, so you have a better idea about this.
Well, I believe what you're talking about is Joy Taylor. Well, really, it's Fox One. They have a little bit of a situation where
Who wrote these notes?
A hairdresser was she's suing Fox Sports. One of their executives, Skip Bayless, and she threw a couple of people's names out there who kind of got a little bit of clout. So Joy Taylor was one name. Said that she was bouncing them buns against a couple of people.
We got to completely set up. So for people who don't know, Joy Taylor is a sports reporter on like Fox Sports, ESPN.
It's not a reporter. It's a commentator.
She's a sports commentator for Fox Sports, ESPN. And she kind of got caught up in a whole other lawsuit. It really was about Skip Bayless. But her business got put out there, and basically the allegation is that she had numerous workplace relationships, okay? And, people didn't necessarily feel too happy about that. Not to the business, but that's what we're here to talk about.
It wasn't workplace relationships. They said she was bumping them cheeks to get promoted.
That is a relationship. That is a relationship. That's all I'm saying. Bumping the cheeks is a relationship. Anyway, go ahead.
I mean, is the question, is that cool? Is that what you're asking?
I think, yes. So, yes, that's the question. So, in other words, to my knowledge, Joy Taylor isn't married. I don't know what
Allegedly.
She isn't.
No, she was married. Her husband found out she was bumping the cheeks, allegedly, and he divorced her.
Okay.
Wait, she was married? I didn't know that. I didn't know she was married.
Oh, you need research. Yes.
So, in the end, is it okay? People basically accusing her of sleeping her way to the top. That's the accusation. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Allegedly. So, in my opinion, you got to do what you got to do in 2025. She divorced. She is out there in the world. The dudes that she was with, they was doing their thing. It's really nobody's business. It's really all about Skip Bayless. But the question is, can you have a workplace relationship? The answer is yes, from my perspective.
Why do you say that?
Didn't I just say this? So I think you should be able to do whatever you need to do. I firmly believe that people are going to do what they deem is necessary. So she felt like she had to do what she had to do. And I want to say the allegation is that she was with my man, Emmanuel Ocho.
Oh, that cornball? Excuse me. My bad. Nothing.
Emmanuel, he's a football player. I can't remember who he's with. I want to say the Jets. And then somebody else, like some talking head, executive or whatever. But who she was not with was Jason Whitlock. And he was mad about that.
But you know what? But I think a part of this isn't just about Joy and who she was with. Maybe this is a separate part of the conversation. No, I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that part of the conversation.
No. You might as well spit it out now.
Well,
because we got there.
The sister that started this whole brouhaha, the hairdresser, as KG alluded to. From what I understand, and we can get this later, he offered her like $1.5 million to smash. Let's get to that later.
Say that again?
From what I understand, allegedly, he offered $1.5 million to. So we're gonna get to that later because we got something to talk about that later. But that still would have been sex in the workplace. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With your coworkers. Like I know that jobs. There's some jobs that have.
Harassment.
Huh?
That's sexual harassment.
Well, some jobs.
That's part of the lawsuit.
Some jobs have non-fraternization clauses, period. And if you do, you got to let HR know. Some jobs don't say anything about it. Other jobs just let you do the sexual harassment workplace training. And then they just be like, no quid pro quo. You can't be in a position of power or authority over somebody. And if you not, and it's no quid pro quo, y'all adults handle your business. So it ain't always sexual harassment.
Have you ever worked in a call center? It goes down in the call center, or so I've been told. Warehouse situations. All bad.
Well, I'll say this. I think it's wrong and from the standpoint of within the lawsuit, they are saying that Joy intentionally was going to sleep with this executive with the hopes and the intention of later on saying he harassed her as a play so that she could out him. I think his name was Charlie Fist or something like that. But allegedly within the lawsuit, they're saying that Joy told this hairdresser that don't worry about that because the hairdresser was concerned, like, hey, you're gonna get in some trouble. You're gonna kind of have two people at odds because one dude is thinking you with him, I guess, and the other dude is like you banging him to get ahead. And when they find out, they're gonna be upset. And she's like, don't worry about that. Allegedly, I'm gonna let them know he forced me into this relationship. So I think that's super foul, right? And I think in many ways, it diminishes women who really go through, men and women who go through real situations where people do sexually harass them. I mean, she's in the wrong in this space.
But that's worst case. That's worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.
Let's say there was no plotting to set someone up. Do you still think it's wrong if coworkers bone?
Well, there's two different things. They're not just. She's not boning. Exclusively.
He asked a specific ass question. He uses Joy Taylor as like an example, but he said, "Can you hit at the workplace?" And
that situation out the window.
Everything.
Absolutely, you can.
I mean, Joy Taylor has she moves the goalposts with regards to what she will or will not do.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. Hold on a second. We're going to play it in her own words. How about that?
The seats were high, or if a man took you this place on a first date, what you would do. And I'm telling you, like, every interaction that I have with people now, in some way or another, these things come up. Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want. Fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't because women this and men this. You're moving forward with this person. Would you leave the game?
I mean, she can only speak for herself, but she ain't lying.
Man, do what you want to do. Word up.
She pretty much saying it depends on what they're offering. And guy A may be like, no, I can't mess with you because we work together. But guy B, if he tricking off on her or she could get something from him, I'm down. So I'm just like, if that's the case, I'm glad we can have a conversation to say that that's the case.
You got to have all three: fine, funny, and money.
I don't think she said you have to have all three. You have to have one of those three for her.
At least.
What if you just happen to like the motherfucker?
It ain't
you know
enough.
What I'm saying?
It ain't enough. You better be fine because if you ain't coming with money.
I mean, like I think I saw somebody with a comment just now. You can't help who you fall in love with. For real. Money may not have nothing to do with it.
No one talking about.
No, but I'm saying not even. Let's keep it 100. If I see somebody that I'm interested in, I'm not giving a fuck how much you making off the break. We vibe. We got a connection, and if we happen to smash off, and we like, yo, we like what we like, we do what we do. What's wrong with that?
That's your impression. That may not be her impression. Again, what we're not talking about is the power structure, right? These are men who. This dude runs programming at Fox Sports. So anything that's on television, he has to give a thumbs up to. So if he's doing anything with anybody that can be seen as a subordinate, it's improper. This other dude he already had a show, she's trying to get on. They said the chick was a bartender. She went from being a bartender to being the host of Undisputed, right? One of the hosts of Undisputed. Then she went to Colin Coher's show, one of the Colin shows.
Yeah.
And then she got to the Speak as like a co-host. So people are talking about she fast tracked through it, and then behind the scenes, as I listen to other people kind of dialogue about this who have some familiarity with it, they say that there's been rumblings of this kind of all along the way. So again, when you're thinking about somebody who has some authority, man or woman, and they mess with somebody who ain't got nothing right now trying to come up, I mean, it's in a proper relationship.
Okay. I can dig it. So if you're talking about it in the context of relationships, I hear what you're saying, but I want to spin it to the other piece though. When Skip was talking about with the hairdresser, $1.5 million. Let me get it.
Diabolical.
So let me ask y'all this.
1.5 mil.
Let me ask y'all this. Not that you would do it, but is it okay to pay for it?
You do that shit anyway. I mean, everybody has a variation. It's in the context. Like, okay, I don't want nobody to jump through the comment section, and I'm not saying it like this, but it is exactly what it is. If I meet you, well, it could go both ways, man or woman. If you meet somebody and that you like and you enjoy them, you're going out to dinner, you're going to pay. You're going to a show, you're going to pay. Not saying that it's expected. Not saying, oh, if I spend $300, I'm getting some ass. Or if we go to a show, I'm getting some ass. But in the context of, is it okay to pay? You're paying for it anyway. I don't know nobody just walks up to somebody, hey, I don't know nothing about you. You're cute. Let's fuck. I'm sure it happens, but you're going to pay something. Dinner, movies, ice cream. You're paying something. So you're paying. It sounds grimy to say you're paying in that aspect, but you're paying. You're not just going to stand in front of somebody and be like, I like you, let's fuck. You're going to dinner. You're going to movies. You're driving someplace. You're paying.
That's not true. People will stand in front of you and say those exact words.
I know you were going to go there, but read my mind. There's exceptions to that, and that does happen.
Get it.
So I heard.
All right, we said we're going to keep it a buck.
Thank you.
I think it is. It's okay to pay to play if that's what you want to do. I think Skip outpriced that. I don't think $1.5 million to smash is utterly ridiculous. It's preposterous.
I've heard it's not tricking
diabolical is applicable here.
It's not tricking if you got it, or so I've been told.
Dude, you can outprice something. He
inflated the market with that one.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's illegal.
It's about what the market will withstand. The going rate was 1.5 wasn't enough.
Clearly, because she sued him.
She going for the big bucks.
Well, that's her strategy was like, if you was willing to come up off on 1.5 and make it known, I can sue and get more.
Up them dollars. Very dangerous.
Right, but you forgot one portion of it, Ron. Skip's married. So does that change the scenario?
Wow.
Diabolical.
As the kids say.
That fool said 1.5 million. And
have y'all seen Ernestine? Have y'all seen his wife?
No.
Wow.
Take a look at Skip's wife.
Are you blaming her?
What?
Are you blaming her?
No, I mean she's full. Not my cup of tea, I'll say.
The opinions expressed by KG are not those of
anybody else. Everybody's opinions are their own. But I will say this. I don't find her she ain't my cup of tea. I love my wife, right? But he is married and offered 1.5 million. And some people think Skip is on the, he's back from the other side of the plate. That's what I've heard that too.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Get out of here. No.
Wait a minute.
Get out of here. This is grown folk talk. My daughter's trying to come here and give me a hug. Come on. Hurry up.
Yo.
Goodbye.
So you're saying that maybe he was, we need deep in the business. I mean, people, whether we like it or not, and this is not to say that everybody engages in this, of course not. You know what I'm saying? But people do it, and ultimately that's between them, so on and so forth. It's mortifying that it's come out this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all bad, but yes, people do it all the time.
So is it bad?
5 million
so is it wrong to pay for it?
No.
Is it okay to pay for it?
Yes. You do it.
Yes.
Neil is right. You do one or the other.
You're gonna pay
One
for
way
it
or the other,
regardless.
you're paying for it.
Whether it's happy hour with entrees, flowers, and
Or it's
what
Netflix
is
and
it?
chilling
John Julio
with
Reposado. That's what they like it now.
Whether you at the airport sipping Long Island's.
listen, your membership to Netflix, you paying for it. Like if she comes to the crib and you got your Netflix membership, and as opposed to chilling, you entering, just don't go meet the meat unless you need to.
Don't go meet the meat. Now with Skip and his wife, they may have something going on where the wife is like, I would prefer that you pay for it and not build relationships with the hoes.
But 1.5 is that's egregious.
Skip get paid like $40 million a year. 1.5 is not that bad.
Not anymore. He doesn't.
Did he get? He is no longer with Fox Sports or whatever the case might be. This is a sad state of affairs. Joy Taylor is really.
I got to follow up. None of us will do that, right? I'm just asking. What is the cap that you think you would spend? And like if he was in the market, what's the cap you would spend?
Can we flip this around? How much would you take? How much would it cost to buy your ass?
Wow.
Is 1.5 mil enough?
Wow. You got to rephrase that question, brother. You got to. I know the context that you were saying it. Whoa, John, hold up. It's 2025. I love you. I can't let you just state that. Rephrase that. You just said, how much would it be to take your ass? Rephrase that, cuz.
I'm merely saying, like, if you put yourself in that set of circumstances. Okay, we know that everybody is totally straight and you're all married and all that other good stuff. Nobody's challenging y'all's manhood or nothing like that. But let's just say, woman comes up to you and she's like,
clarification.
Please.
I want to buy you. You know what I'm saying? How much is it? How much is it going to cost me? And she's offering you 1.5 million in cash after taxes, because I know how y'all think. So is that enough?
I'm gonna negotiate with my wife to see what she say. If 1.5 was good, then I'm good.
Word up.
1.5 mil?
If she say that's enough.
I could do some healthy investments with 1.5. Some healthy investments. I could flip that 1.5.
And I think too much. I need to know. And I think too much. I need to know, is there going to be a videotape? Or are you going to come back and blackmail me with this shit futures? Hell yeah, I need to. Okay, let's keep, like you said, I'm going to copy your phrase. Hold on. You said
Blockbuster.
We going to do Keltrick's phrase. We keeping it a buck. Ain't nobody getting it that easy. Ain't nobody getting it that easy where shorty just going to roll up to you. Hey, I want to smash you off for 1.5. There's going to be ulterior motives somewhere down in the future. You might come back years later and be like, hey, Neil, I need you to do this for me. Nah, I don't want to do shit. Remember that video? Nah, yo. I need to know there's no video, no coming back, no nothing.
Neil. If I got $1.5 million and I grow it correctly, compound interest, all that good stuff, and you come back to me in the future saying you need something from me, kick rocks.
If she got you on videotape, though.
I got this money. I'm chilling on the island.
Why are we worried about her coming back again? Is she going to pay you again? What's the problem?
Hey, what are you talking about?
I'm confused.
Listen, I'll say this. If
put
she
it on the internet. I don't give a damn what you do. Tell everybody. I need a little bit more.
Like? All right, let's do your scenario. Let's say it's a woman coming at you. What are her worst attributes that you can tolerate? I know all of what y'all like and what y'all don't like.
No.
The hell you
I'm saying.
About? See,
what is a woman offering 1.5, but it's a woman.
You said a sexy woman?
No, it's not. It's not a woman. It's a woman. Like, I don't want to say the things that I know.
Are you saying a woman that's aesthetically appealing to you?
No, here's what I'm saying.
Sharika's laughing her ass off. You saying
nobody knows what you're talking about. Just
Sharika's laughing her ass off. Lisa's like the transaction's over.
Oh my God.
I see. It's anti what you like, and she got 1.5. Neil is anti what you like, and she got 1.5. John, you kind of okay.
Why
1.5?
He got
you okay? Rob, was you?
I'm closing my eyes. and I'm trying really, really hard
You gotta look
Yes.
at them. You gotta
to
look at them.
imagine.
But you gotta look at them.
Oh, I have to. Oh, it's a wrap. Yeah, I'm no. I will not be performing. Just
I couldn't.
For 1.5 mil.
I couldn't.
What about 10.5? Come on, man. Be realistic.
Hey.
And hey, I know y'all. 105 cents.
Now 105. Now you talking. So
105 cents.
But anyway, like I was saying, go ahead, sell the dream.
I need to really look it up. No, I don't know. I can't trust myself in that situation. I would say maybe I might say, yeah, I'll try. But then when I get in it, be like, exactly. I'm 51. Sorry.
Listen,
if I ain't into
out there, it's time to get that check. What is it called? The prostate check. Get your prostate check. Schedule it. Get it done. Colonoscopy. All of the above. It's that time. You in that demographic.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know.
Everybody watching this, all my fellas out there, handle your business.
Ain't nobody paying all that for the fellas.
Rose is lying. People are paying that for the fellas.
No, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who knows?
Men just do a better job of keeping their mouth closed.
Kiana don't trust us. She says it's all cap.
I don't know that, bro. But that's for another topic.
There's no cap in my rap.
Viagra and 1.5 mil. She said you'll be fine.
Hey, y'all go check out Joy Taylor and see if you agree with her or not. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to pay nobody 1.5 mil. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, they was like, well, Emmanuel Ocho, she was on his show, wasn't she?
Nah, she got on his show. They was dating allegedly.
And then she got on his show. She leveraged it for the show, right?
Yeah.
So that was paying for it.
I feel like that's a win-win. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
We are in a relationship. Somebody said earlier that it doesn't sound like that's a relationship. That's a relationship.
They are relating with each other.
And, I'm going to put you on my show. We do our thing. If it's great for your career, fantastic. Now, where they were wrong is I agree with KG with the executive producer or the network exec or whatever. And if all that was taking place, that's more, again, on the network exec, though. I feel like that's his responsibility. She's just trying to come up in any way, shape, form, or fashion that she can. It is what it is.
And as she
he
said,
has demonstrated some restraint.
In her own words, all the standards go out the window depending on whether or not they find funny or what was it? Got the funds?
Effing money. Yeah. But the thing is, I would say he didn't. I don't think he paid. Well, he got her a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't pay for it directly.
Man.
So let me ask a question, just for like a pop culture moment. And for those who are out there in the comments, tell me what you think about it. Let me know. Let us know what you think about it, so we can guide our conversation. What y'all think about TikTok about to be canceled?
Outrageous. People are really confused and easily distracted. It's a distraction. They're trying to say that it's because of China can now spy on Americans and so on and so forth. And see them do what? TikTok dances? What is people getting on TikTok and doing? They're not like selling state secrets or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of political theater. I think that we are trying to engage in this little tech war with China in various different ways. And this is just collateral damage, unfortunately. So rest in peace, TikTok. I enjoy TikTok. It's fun. I like it.
See, everybody got their own different preferences. Y'all know me, some people in the comments. I'm not really a social media cat with the exception of IG. I used to be on IG heavy. I retreated a little bit, but that's my only primary. So I'm not a Snapchat, TikTok, none of that shit. So it really don't bother me, but I see now I know with me in my profession, I see all the younger generation, they're going crazy. Like I guess that's for them. I'm so far out the loop. I ain't never used it. I don't see the purpose of it. So
Lisa said they say TikTok will be sold to Elon, but TikTok was like, ain't nobody talking that. And that's the thing that's the piece that kills me
But he ain't even American.
And that ain't the piece that kills me. But that it added on top of it. My thing is TikTok is owned by somebody, right? It's owned by somebody.
Allegedly, somebody in China.
How you gonna force me to sell something that belongs to me? What I would do if I was that person, because they want to see him sell it to an American, I wouldn't sell it to nobody. I would shut TikTok down in America before you force me to give up something I own because you don't like it. I ain't doing that.
Oh, you can use a VPN. You can still access the site, I'm sure.
They got VPNs for phones? I didn't know that. They got a VPN
access.
If I was streaming,
can't you access TikTok on your laptop or computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can access it on a laptop. You're right.
VPN and do something else.
Yeah, everyone needs to VPN it then.
Like Rose is talking about, download fan base. Black
I'm going fan base as well. I never had TikTok, but I did hear about fan base, and they're actually doing some crowdsourced funding. So if you want to invest in the company now, you can do that.
So you are on fan base. Is that
I have an account?
You have an account, but is that Twitter-esque or TikTok-esque?
It's kind of like Twitter.
Use it, so it's no esque for Keltrick.
It's like Twitter.
What I would say is, I don't care about TikTok leaving this country. I don't care about TikTok at all. I'm like Neil in terms of I'm a minimalist when it comes to social media. I actually want to get off IG. I can't stand it. But there's no Facebook for me. I'm like I won't say a creeper, but I do watch a little bit on Instagram. I'll send my little memes out, but I also like the positivity things that I'll post, on IG to just, stay positive, uplifted in those spaces. But IG is noise to me.
So let me ask you a question, John, because you keep your ears to the streets, and like I said, I don't give a fuck. What really is the hype from your perspective, or Rod, the hype about TikTok? Why is everybody so devastated? Like, oh my God, like it's a fucking app.
People make bread off of that.
But it's also the kids, man. The kids love it.
The kids I'm a kid at heart. I like to be
so maybe expound. What's the difference? What's the hype or the devastation behind TikTok compared to Facebook still around, fucking IG still around, post videos on YouTube?
The kids think Facebook is for grandma.
Facts.
And we are old enough. Well, you and I, Neil, are old enough to be somebody's grandparent.
Yeah.
Technically, you're a lurker. But basically, TikTok
what's her name again?
Kind of like,
thank her for that.
TikTok is very popular with younger people, like he was saying.
Thank you, Little John.
Nobody else gets kicked off. Why is TikTok being victimized like that? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Because TikTok is owned by China. We just got off the Trump administration just got off of beating up China. So MAGA is beating up China because it's the China COVID virus.
Political theater.
And then they're asking legitimate questions about what goes viral in China versus what goes viral here, and how do you control that?
Whose fault is listen? We didn't beat.
So the question then is how do you control it? Because they're saying over in China, what's going viral is kids doing math problems in science, and what goes viral over here is people shaking their behind and getting naked.
What's the problem? That's
it's a matter of influence. It's a matter of influence over the population that uses the app.
I think that's cultural. I mean, if there's plenty of videos of American kids doing math problems, but nobody wants to see that shit. We want to see asses shaking. It's different in China. It's different in France. The algorithm is going to feed you what it is that they feel like in aggregate you want to see, and so that's why you get that's just computer science. I don't know what to tell you.
China has 1 billion people in it. You don't think they have a lot of intercourse to have 1 billion people in one country?
So absolutely. First of all, I doubt very seriously that Chinese people are really using TikTok. They probably got their own version as Chinese or wah. But I mean, yeah, they're doing their thing, but the culture is just simply different. I'm not saying that they don't have Chinese twerk videos. I don't know what a Chinese twerk video would look like. It would be pixelated because they like to block out the private areas anyway. But all that to say,
you sound real knowledgeable.
How you know about the pixelization?
How you know so well about it, John?
Hey, everybody got their little thing and they like what they like. I have wide, varied interests, internet. Social
Clearly,
media.
Rose knows too.
Thank you, Rose. Exactly. But yeah, man. I
might be a
mean,
little freaky.
I think that it's very much emblematic of the country leaning in a more fascist direction, where they are victimizing and otherizing the Chinese people.
$1 trillion.
Exactly. Oh, more than that, I feel like. But nonetheless, I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna get the politicians we deserve. And I just want to have a real quick throwback. I want to have a real quick throwback because y'all gonna act like this didn't happen. On this show, on this program, on this podcast, this guy that's up here in the corner, we had a little bet. We said, is Trump going to serve time? Does anybody remember this?
Nobody said about time.
Wait, who you pointing to?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, who you pointing to?
You.
Okay, because I'm not in that corner on my screen, so I don't know.
Wrong corner.
Wherever you at, talking about Trump being in the pen, getting some prison time, or what, I can't remember the exact terminology, but basically Trump was going to get found guilty and go to prison.
I said he was going to get indicted.
I said he was going to do time, and get, whatever your cash app is, I'll send you the $5.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
I'll send you the $5.
Hey man, we're in a very strange time, but I thought we was trying to avoid the politics, because when we start talking about politics, everybody like turns the TV off. So we can get on to something else.
So let's do this. There was something that was in the media not too long ago with Cheryl Lee Ralph. Y'all remember that?
Are you going to play anything to refresh anybody's memory? Oh,
I don't have no media for it.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. So for those unaware, Cheryl Lee Ralph stars in Abbott Elementary, one of my favorite little TV shows.
Phenomenal.
And she has a personal setup. She's married to, I believe, a state senator in Pennsylvania. She's a TV personality. She's been doing acting since the 80s. She was the wife on Brandy's show.
I didn't watch that show.
What? Anyway.
Yeah,
so she's been acting for a long time. Her career is in California. Her husband lives in Pennsylvania. Yeah. They are living apart together, something like that. And she caused a little kerfluffle when somebody asked her about it. And she was like, we're married. We're happily married. He lives here. I live there. He's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. It simply works. And I think that blew some people's minds. And I just wanted to, say that there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. And how do y'all feel about that? Yes, we definitely got to talk about Cam and Jim. We're going to save that for the last bit, though. Go ahead. But y'all understand what I'm saying.
We'll go into it. We'll go into it.
Got to talk about Cam and Jim. I am appalled.
How do I feel about married couples living apart? If it works, damn it, if it works. If it works.
Shit, I call that shit a fucking divorce.
But think about it, Neil. Let's say let's say in this situation, in a situation, you meet a shorty. She in DC for CBC weekend. Maybe she came through for Howard Homecoming. You start to kick it with her, and let's just say you didn't really know much about her. You just met her. Come to find out, she's about to start a show out in LA. Y'all date, y'all like each other, y'all get married. You gonna tell her to come from LA to move over to DC so she could be with you?
My fine fellow friend, we wouldn't be married. Different strokes for different folks. That separation shit, I'm not doing it. I'm married to you, but you in another house? Nah, we separated. We kicking it. There would be no I do down the aisle. You know what I mean? Like,
be honest with you.
Not necessarily married. You can be just in a committed relationship, whatever you want to call it. But Neil would be in California on the first damn thing smoking. So this wouldn't even necessarily.
Yeah. He was the wrong person to go to.
Yeah, if we talk now
Neil
again,
be like, all right, I got my bags packed. I'm coming.
Again, are we saying the word married or dating? Married, I can't do that. Dating, I mean, you do that regularly if you dating. When you first meet somebody, they got their own spot. and she come over to your house, you come over there. So that's normal. But if we talking about marriage, nah, I can't see that.
I don't know if y'all remember.
First of all,
we did a show way back in the day, and we had Mimi co-host. And
go ahead and say it, Keltner. You just gonna cut me off?
And she was like, I don't know if she still believes that now, but she was like, I could do that. You have your crib, I have my crib. We see. She said, let us miss each other for a little bit, and then we can see each other.
I would say, when I went to premarital counseling, one of the things that I thought was really beneficial was the person that was doing it for me and the missus was, listen, you create your own rules of your marriage. You ain't got to do what nobody else do or live by anybody else's expectations, standards, except your partner. And so when I think about that specifically, if it works, it works. Everybody got their own unique relationship. And I think people get into problems and difficulties when they try to replicate what they see on TV or what they see somebody else doing. That whole relationship goal stuff, that's BS to me. You got to figure out your own goals. And if that's what works, being separate, and they've been married for, I think somebody put in there 20 years. Hey, man, I tip my hat to them. People that have been married for 2 minutes and they get a divorce and do live together. So I think you got to figure out what works for you and not get distracted by what you see other people doing that works for them. So If you swinging, do your swinging. If you monogamy and you live together, do that too. If you share financing at the same account, do that. You got separate accounts, do that. Whatever works, figure that stuff out for yourself, man. Like, I think it's folly to kind of want to do what somebody else is doing and be all in somebody else's relationship. And if they're happy, I love it.
Shoshana got a comment up on the screen about one of her mentors in undergrad that had the same setup, and it made me think about one of my teachers in grad school who was teaching here at Howard, and his wife was back like in Alabama or something like that. And it worked for them. I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
you gotta find what works for you, man. I mean, there's too many people out there to think, go find your happy.
Exactly.
Hey, it works beautifully, I assure you. So that said, I mean, everybody got to get in where they fit in.
What's the problem, though? Why people are upset about it? What's the kerfuffle?
I mean, like some people feel completely like Neil, but I think a lot of people are coming at it. And from what I saw in the comments, it was like more of a religious kind of thing. Marriage means something to a lot of people. It's a covenant with God and all these other things. And so, referring to the Bible, people got to live together, and that kind of stuff. So
some stupid stuff.
I did not say that. I'm saying that's the gist that I got from the comments. So, I mean, the vast majority of people feel like us. You might not want to do it yourself, but if somebody else want to do it, who cares? Let them do what they do.
Shit, I'll throw myself out there. Oh, y'all know me. I'm an emotional teddy bear. So if I miss my wife at night, I got to walk down the fucking block to your house to give you a kiss goodnight. No, I need to see you. You could be downstairs or some shit like that. Oh, babes, you need your space. Good night. But I'm not different house. That don't even make, but I totally agree with Keltner. What floats your boat, floats your boat. What you say?
You saying that you couldn't live apart, but you could be in the same house, sleeping in different rooms?
No. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying I can do that, but I'm saying if I'm thinking about the topic of needing space, the whole you and your other house, that's weird to me. And I'm not saying live apart, but I'm just saying like if the lady or whoever, my wife or whatever, she had her downstairs work area or chill area, just like men have their man cave. Okay, I know you in the house, you need your space. All right, cool. I respect that. But if I feel like I want to hug, I want to kiss you good night, shit like that means something to me. If I got to go to another house just to hug you or whatever, nah, that shit is crazy to me. But that's me. Like you said, everybody got their own perspective on shit. Me, you know me. I'm an emotional teddy bear. If I want to hug, I want to hug, damn it. I ain't going to get in my car or ride my bike or walk to the next house. That's crazy.
You could take an Uber, Neil. Take an Uber. You can.
They can say, I want the eyeballs, but the FaceTime. Look at the picture.
Man. And then when they go into this, the Bible and marriage, and sometimes we be doing the most. The way I look at it is like human beings been here for well over 500,000 years. damn near a million. When you think about our species and how
okay.
we've been here for a while.
Right.
The idea of marriage only been here for about 3,000, 4,000 years. Before that, people weren't getting married. It didn't exist. It didn't exist.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. When I found out, you know, I mean, shit, I'm vulnerable. When I found out years ago that, you know, marriage wasn't even based off love, like Kelcher said, it was based off money. It was like,
property.
I was like, God damn. So, like, you're right. Where did we get brainwashed to be like, oh, marriage is based off love? It's like, nah, I'm gonna marry you. You gonna get this land, and I'm gonna get them goats, and that's how we gonna keep it moving. I'm like, God damn. So, I don't know.
The goats.
See, man, this is the kind of conversations that you get on the Str8 No Chaser, the podcast. We can go in so many different directions, but yeah, keep going, fellas. You know what I'm saying?
Because some of us still are farmers.
No bullshit.
Like I said, we aren't farmers anymore either. You know, some people, they still be farming.
I think, John, you're right to talk about the range right here. You're talking about the range. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about and get into it in a deep way. I don't want to get into the religious thing because I'll probably upset some folks out there, but y'all wasting y'all time with that argument. Y'all wasting y'all time. Then we got us all jacked up.
Me personally, I feel like at max a 10, 15-minute drive and it's perfect. I assure you. It's like Neil was saying, everybody is different. We all grown at this point, you know what I'm saying? What works for you is what works for you. In the end, it is what it is. But yeah, it can absolutely work fantastically. That said,
do you wanna spend a couple minutes on the Jim Jones?
Absolutely. We got to talk about that.
First, let me ask Neil, are you up on it? Do you know what's going on?
Yes, I'm up on that trash, but I got my biases. I got my biases on that, but
are you cool enough to lay it out for us? Because I know you keep your ear to the streets.
And John, correct me if I'm wrong. So if I'm hearing what the nonsense is, it's like, you know, I think there's jealousy. Well, I'm not gonna put my personal. Allegedly, there's jealousy between Jim Jones feeling that Cam and Mace are successful and things of that nature, and people are saying, who's really from Harlem? And Jim is saying, yeah, I'm from Harlem. I'm born and raised. And, you know, and then he starts pretty much running off the mouth, letting out old scenarios like, oh, I don't know why Cam and Mace are so tight because Mace used to shit on Cam back in the days. And just saying stuff that's irrelevant instead of saying, hey, or rather, after he throws out some disses, he'll follow up by saying, oh, they got a great show. I wish them the best. So it's like you throwing dirt, but at the end and say, yeah, I wish you the best. So Cam, for those that's from New York or know Cam is real petty. So it's like he wasn't going to let that slide. So he had his blogs, I can't wait till Monday. So when Monday came, he was pretty much saying, just letting it all out. But he did the same thing, kind of like Jim said, saying, you my man, but then he was saying, oh, Jim, you're not really from Harlem. You from the Bronx. You really was never down with us. We let you be down with us. It was the Children of the Corn who was the real group. And then every time you would come around like a groupie and be like, oh, your mixtape is fire. You want to come to my house and record a song? Because I guess allegedly his grandmother had passed or something. So he had free space. So he would let him come. So Cam was just like, only reason we put you on was because you was around all the time and you became cool with us, but you really not from Harlem and you really not one of us originally. And that's how shit just got crazy. But John knows some more.
I mean, the shit is really sad for those of y'all out there. Dipset represents, in my opinion, like a really special time. You know what I'm saying? Early 2000s, you could not hit the club and not hear, you know what I'm saying, I Really Mean It, and them kind of records at the dreams and the loves of the years of the Super Club. This might be over some people's heads. Y'all might not remember that, but that's my era. So it, to me, is really, really sad when dudes like fight like this. This is exactly why the Locks kick their ass on that Versus, because they know how to keep the arguments in-house and present a unit to the populace or whatever. I feel like Cam is a better rapper, but Jim Jones has a better album run. You understand? Meaning, like, I love Cam rap wise, but Jim Jones albums are better ride music. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like how Cam was trying to basically diss him and call him a groupie, and basically going back and saying, well, you know, we only kicked it because of this, that, and the third. Jim said that Mace used to diss Cam, and it's like it's just all around petty and beneath dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like backbiting, gossipy, corny shit, and we too damn old for that. So it's sad all the way around. I'm disappointed, and my inner like super club goer is just sad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm impressed. You can name a Jim Jones song. You can
Wow,
me
don't do
Jim
that.
Jones lyric, and I wouldn't know what it was.
Oh, I can't tell you what the hell he be talking about.
I don't know what song it is. I never listened to. Was it Dipset? I always thought they was clowns, to be honest.
You didn't listen to Dipset
at all.
Hey, here's what I would say. This is some New York ridiculous crap. Like this noise. I did see this. I did see when 50 came on Cam show, and Mace wasn't there. They just kind of had a dialogue, and I don't know the new stuff, but I saw this because 50's funny. I think 50 he's hilarious. He's a comedian, and in the show he was talking about, I guess Cam and 50 had a little bit of an altercation as well. And so what 50 did, he went and got Jim Jones to get on the show after he made the Ballin' song or whatever, his stage performance. And so they talked about that. And I don't know how this new thing kind of got sparked up. But all that being said, I'm not from New York, so I don't care. This is people who care about New York and Harlem and Bronx, and that makes a difference. I'm from Gary, Indiana, man. I don't give a shit about what these two dudes talking about. Ain't they in their 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are kind of old. You know, Cam it's got to be at least late 40s, early 50s.
And I just saw a video with Jim.
He made a song.
I just saw a video with Jim talking about how he was saying he ain't bothered by it, because
he's triggered.
Because he know they know what he's done. He knows what they done. And he ain't trying to put any stuff out there. Yeah, Russian was all up in Dream. Now I wasn't dipsetting. I wasn't Dream.
I
wasn't Dream.
You remember Hey Ma? That Hey Ma era?
I didn't like none of their stuff. I stopped moving when they stuff came on.
We was doing something else in Dream. We wasn't dipsetting.
Yeah, we wasn't dipsetting. We
Definitely not.
We had a session going on in Dream every single time.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Nice rotation.
You had an album. Thank you, Travis. I don't know.
Do yourself a favor. Go listen to Jim Jones. Go listen to I want to say it's called El Jefe or something like that.
I'm not listening to no El Jefe.
Jim Jones got I'm just telling you. Jim Jones got some albums for you. That's all I'm saying.
I refuse.
All I'm saying is put them in your system, and then you're gonna be surprised. But see, these fellas, y'all, they don't like LL Cool J. So this is their opinion about hip hop entirely.
Brandon said Jimmy can't rap. And that was one of the videos that one of them was saying they had to teach
I'm not arguing that.
How to rap.
I'm not gonna argue that. He can't rap.
Well, listen to Missionary by Snoop Dogg about the Drake. That's a better album.
Decca, you don't have no receipts about me up in Dream.
Wow.
You may have some receipts about me up in Bar None before it became Pure, and then maybe Pure,
or maybe Republic Gardens, but not Dreams.
But Decca used to hang out at Bar None back in the day. So yeah,
I don't know who Decca is, but hey, Decca.
Hey Ma was filmed at Dream.
Yeah, it was.
Our kids going down there trying to get in the video. Who don't like LL? Angela, I don't.
I can't stand them.
I don't
dislike them, but I'm not a fan either.
Something is wrong with people. Listen, we've had this argument for 25 years. They ain't got good music taste. It's okay. We can move on.
Okay with your French kiwi juice.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I'm a pivot. I'm gonna pivot real quick because most of the people came here to find out a question. And the last show we did was like in 2022 that we posted, which was filmed in probably 2021, maybe at the end. And so it's been a minute since we've seen the people, and gave them a little bit more of who we are and some content. So where the hell have we been? Like, what's been going on? What took us so long to get back together and do this?
We doing this now? Go ahead. Where we been? Where you been, KG?
No, I'm asking the question. So, I'll let y'all
Look,
tee off on it.
Look,
This should take a while.
I've been lifing.
Yeah, what's been going on with you?
Life been lifing. I made some moves. You can see if you look at our old stuff, because it's still out there on YouTube. I gotta make sure it's still out there on YouTube. If you look at our old stuff, this is a different set. This is the third different set. I went from a spot to a spot to a spot. So I've been moving around. Career-wise, I've been climbing a ladder. I've been being busy.
Talk your shit.
You know what I'm saying? And, trying to make a little money, trying to do some stuff.
Don't get to traveling.
And I've been traveling. Dude, been on the plane. I've been going to countries and islands, and I went to Africa for the first time. Only flights on the T-shirt. Man, I've been having a ball. But this takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort to make happen. So, we got to do it when we can do it, how we can do it. And we needed to breathe for a second. And to be honest, we don't know if this is going to be another thing. We don't know if it's going to be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. We don't know. Quarterly, we don't know. We still got to figure that out. But I tell you that, to have the fellas on the screen and be back with you all, especially the folks who kept saying where y'all at, when you coming back, what's going on. It's good to see y'all.
Respect, Rob. Respect. He said a lot there. I'll hold my commentary.
Yes, we're adults now.
Neil, what we been? What's been popping?
Nah, it's, like Rod said it in a nutshell, but yeah, man, and I hated that phrase because I got this from a former boss that Rod and I used to know, and I used to hate that phrase, life be lifing, but it's really the truth, though. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff been popping off. My daughter's turning 21 now. It's just like, y'all been around for a long time. Y'all, like Ross said, if you look at the old videos, there were some episodes where my daughters would come in on the video just to wave to y'all to say hi. So now they 21, they living in another state. Like Ross said, this is another set. So this is, second set. Job, career. Shout out to all the educators out there. We know that takes a toll on you. Just being healthy, knocking on wood, thank God, to see 52. Like, there was no blueprint. There's no blueprint for this thing called life and being a grown-up and being a parent and having to deal with daily issues. And, there's been some tears shed. There's been some laughs. There's been some networking. There's been some, just really savoring the moment and saying, damn, we made it. Not to share too much or throw it out there, but John used to say it all the time. From where we came, all of us came from 23 Seton Place to Howard to now. It's like, damn, we came a long way, and we're all still friends. We're all still family. We're all still heavily impacted in each other's lives. So, man, and for me, I'll be vulnerable for a moment. It's like right now, I'm going through some things with my moms, but it's life. You know what I mean? We don't know how things are going to turn out, but to have good friends around you and have to all y'all viewers that tune in with us and, like to hear our comments and thoughts and, it's a good feeling. So.
It reminds me that old, because y'all know I'm from Yonkers, so so I've been rocking with the Locks since there was the Warlocks, and before that, Brown Squad was doing it. Warburton, Riverdale, all that stuff. And Styles had this one joint off that first album after they got freed from Diddy. We ain't talk about Diddy. We gotta get to that.
Got to talk about Diddy. We got to talk about Diddy.
But Styles said, blood thicker than water, only in certain cases. You need water to live. You learn that in the basics. Better cherish your aces. And that's how we've always gotten down. You know what I'm saying? We cherished each other. You know what I'm saying? We recognize you need water to live. So even though we may not be blood, we still blood. And I think that's a valuable thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoshana said no Diddy.
John, where we been? Where you been? What's been happening? Why we did this in 4 years, 3 years?
Has it been 4 years?
No, it's been 2.
We recorded in 2022. It's 3 years. We recorded that episode in 2021.
Right.
January.
3 years, 4 years. It's been a long time. It's been a minute. What people might not realize is like the podcast itself. This is the 3rd iteration. We used to have another one called A Brother's Point of View. That was like 10 years ago. We've known each other for mad long. You know what I'm saying? It is cool that we can still get together. Technology has advanced to the point where we can do this kind of thing. The reason that this podcast started is because of COVID. And we had been used to, getting together to kick it at least once a month, something like that. And with COVID, everybody was locked down, womp. So we was like, all right, let's do a video call or whatever. I don't know. Don't act like y'all don't remember in the early part of COVID when people wasn't doing video calls. Don't treat it like it's some weird shit.
That was Neil's idea too.
And people was like, we want to hear the video call. So that's why all this started. But as far as me, I might be the most stable and like not changing person because I've been in the same crib forever. I do have, I'm trying to think, like, my situation has not changed, but I do have a 3rd child. I got a baby in a great relationship with his mother. I don't like telling my personal business too much. Nonetheless, that's been a major change, but I'm still working in the same place. I'm still living in the same place. I live the life that Neil said is weird. So, and it's okay. It's okay. But other than that, man, I mean, I got a 21-year-old, I got a 17-year-old, and I've got a 5-month-old. So fill in the blanks. That's how my life has been. That's it.
You ain't shooting them, though.
It is what it is. And I am very happy and all of the above. And I'm absolutely grateful to, get the opportunity to keep doing this kind of thing. You know what I mean? I fully recognize people could be watching goddamn Netflix right now. However many people is watching this, spending an hour listening to us just talk about anything and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty damn cool. So peace to y'all.
Cage, you got to answer the damn question yourself.
Yeah. I'll do a little bit of backstory too. So the last 3 years, so we kind of paused. We got exhausted. I think there was some
very much.
I think Rasheem said it best. It takes a lot to put something like this on. This was effortless because I think there was enough want to and desire to make it happen. But many times behind the scenes, it's a struggle. It's a struggle from a time standpoint. When I say struggle, I don't mean it's like in a bad way. It's just the word that I'm using to describe it. There's a financial commitment. This platform costs money. We had a producer that costs money. To pay for the music that we have, that costs money. And there was a desire to figure out like, all right, we putting this money up. What's up? There's patience, and then there's acceleration. And when you got 4 different unique men, that all have unique personalities, but also a lot of love. It's like before anything kind of gets crazy, we just gonna back up and give it some space and let it air out, and then we'll revisit when we need to. So I think that that became a part of it as well. And then we start bringing other people in to kind of help fill in some gaps, which we don't really need that, quite honestly. But it's cool. So I think that was a part of it. And then from a life standpoint, to Ross' point, career's been changing, man. I mean, I'm at the same company, but got promotions, got more territory, more responsibility. My kids are getting older. I had the youngest kids. Now John got me beat by a lot of years and some months. And so that in itself, like my kids were up. When I got off camera, so my son came out the room like, hey man, take it behind the bed. Shit, this 9 o'clock here. You got school in the morning. So, that's happening. My mom, I haven't shared this publicly, I don't think. Well, I haven't, but my mom passed away last summer. Ra, Neil came up as around the time the baby shower was happening for John, so he couldn't come, but then they flew back the next morning and went to the baby shower. So that's the kind of love that we all have for one another. We took a trip. We went to Portugal. 3 of us did. And we got some more things kind of planned in the future. Rod turned 50. We all came together for his birthday party, surprise party a few years back. John and I went to a Ravens game. We saw them play the Browns last year. So we ain't far apart from one another at all by any stretch of the imagination, far from y'all in some respects. But, we want y'all to be close to us, and the desire, the questions, the way y'all been, what y'all doing. I've been rocking this thing for the last 3 years. Every homecoming, you're going to see me in this thing too. And people, is really, I think part of it is y'all, the audience, the people who love us, who have been like, yo, what y'all been doing? We want to hear y'all. And it's like, well, man, let's get some energy up to kind of make this thing happen. And it just so happened, coincidentally, Beyonce was supposed to do a drop today. And Rasheem was like, yo, let's do it on Beyonce's day. And it just didn't, she transitioned because of the, shout out to we're going to do that a little later, but shout out to the people in California and all respect to them. But that's kind of what's been going on with us for the last, 3.5 years. But, we appreciate the love, the support, the energy, and the, more importantly, the love. And if you got prayers, you're on mute, so we can't really hear what you're saying.
Community.
The community.
Yeah. The same thing that's been happening with us, been happening to everybody out there. We're living, raising your kids, working, having jobs, et cetera, doing what you do, losing jobs, losing family members, so on and so forth. Life. But we all still here for now.
And I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's for real, because, to KG's point, folks have been hitting us up individually, and even sometimes when they see us together, nonstop when y'all coming back.
And I just want a personal shout out to Ronisha. That was my cousin you just put up. Kiana, it's my forever HR partner. I saw my homeboy Reese. I got a couple of private texts. I don't think they want me to say who it is, but I appreciate all of that. It's all love.
And you know what I love about our followers and the people that support us, man? I get feedback, and a couple of people in the room tonight too. They always say the reason they love us is because our shit is so authentic. This ain't a script. We wasn't forced together. Ain't no producer say, oh, you're compatible with you. Nah, this is 26 years in the making. Everything you hear and see here is authentic. Points of view, expressions. This us in the raw. But I think, to quote what Ra has always said, and I believe it, and I've heard people say it too, a better 4-man team you could never put together. So, we appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real.
If anybody ever gets all 4 of us together, just prepare yourself. I don't know what to say. Listen, I saw Rasheem one night. And that night was utterly amazing. Listen, I'm gonna tell you about these clowns. We at my mom's. I'm only child, so I'll put together the whole funeral. They come up. And some of the fellas that came are single, right? And my friends that showed up, they attractive. I mean, when you hang around people that's like you, everybody got jobs, people look good, whatever. These fools trying to holler. I'm like, it's a funeral. But then I heard, hey, funerals and weddings. I'm like, okay, well, have at it, do your thing. But that's the love that we all have, and I know these boys gonna go fishing. But if it's some fishing around, they throw that thing out there, boy. They trying to reel that thing in, and they might go. I ain't gonna say meet the meat
deal.
If they can get it in, they gonna get it in, man. And I love it because it's consistent, it's honest.
You only live once, brother. Hey, I'm gonna make it do what it do.
Neil, you only die once. You live every day.
Damn, I am living. I am.
Live it, fam. Live it.
All right. With that, are we gonna do Diddy? Are we gonna talk about Diddy?
Let's talk. If there are any thoughts before we close out, because I know.
Yeah. Any questions that people have for us out there? I know
if you got questions, put it in the chat. If you care to ask, we'll be as honest and as transparent and as vulnerable as we can. But we'll take that interspersed with the Diddy comments. 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Hey man, you know what that's for, right?
Enlighten us.
Yeah, what is it for?
What's it for, Cage?
The Backdoria. My man Corey Holcomb called it the Backdoria.
Hold on. Time out. Baby oil is not good for that.
So what?
He said baby oil ain't good for that.
No.
No. He didn't. I don't think Ross said what's baby oil good for. We said 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I know what he said, but then John said it's not good for that.
Yes, but here's my thing. Listen, Diddy has buku money. We already understand that. So why wouldn't just like some people stockpile government cheese, bread. You're a prepper. You got them little bottles of beans, whatever it is. You might have 1,000 cans of goddamn tuna fish. Whatever it is that you feel like you're gonna need, he felt like he needed 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I mean, what's the problem? Now, the only thing that Diddy is dead wrong about is putting his hands on Cassie. I think we can all agree to that. But if he's into whatever stuff he's into, I think it's being used to
the dude is a
make
rapist.
him into some kind of pervert or whatever is kind of strange to me.
John,
he's allegedly a rapist.
Allegedly, he is getting people drugged and then digging them out. That's
and then putting them on tape so they can't do anything against it.
That's more than being freaky.
I have not read the case. I have not read the case file. I think that there's a lot of prejudicial information out there, misinformation on the internet. We don't know. So until the trial, me personally, I am not necessarily going to suddenly stop listening to the No Way Out album, or I'll be missing you. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think anybody's not listening to the music. I don't know. I know there's some people who
want
like
to put
Diddy.
it in that
Hold up. I wasn't one of those people that like Diddy like that. I think Diddy's always been a clown. From my personal perspective, he makes good music, but he's always been a clown. I never liked the dude since Tupac. So I'm a Pac fan first.
What did Diddy do to Pac?
Allegedly, he had him killed.
That is alleged.
The dude said that Diddy paid him.
I wouldn't be shocked if he had Biggie killed too.
Me neither.
See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all want Diddy to be like Al Capone or something. He's not. We know who killed Pac, by the way.
The dude had
we know who killed Pac.
He's a rapper, a singer.
Albie Shore? Oh, Christopher Williams.
He's not a rapper. The dude had his car blowed up.
Oh, you talking about
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
Yeah, Kid Cudi's car blown up. And then Albie Shore, God knows what did to that dude. I think they had him beat up. They talk about how he's in a number of heinous things. Sean talks about how he shot that lady in the face. And the lady said that Diddy did it, but Sean took the fall for it. The lady's still saying that Sean didn't do it and Diddy did it.
See, I just want to point out how we are conflating a bunch of different things here under one.
I'm talking about what people said. The people who was involved.
I understand that. So once again, we got the current set of circumstances, a lawsuit with the baby oil, and he did this, that, and the third. You talking about shit that Shine said back in the 90s.
I didn't say what Shine said it. The lady who got shot in the face, who still got
confirmed
bullet in her face, she said it too.
Circumstances from 1998 or whenever that was that have absolutely nothing to do with today, and that's just an example of the misinformation that clouds people's minds when it comes to these types of situations.
So let me ask you a question, John. Hypothetically, John, if we found out, John, hypothetically, if we found out that everything Diddy's allegedly done or accused of, he did it, would you be shocked? Like, oh my God, I can't believe, would you be shocked?
No, I wouldn't be shocked because people do crazy things all the time, but I'm also not going to immediately be like, okay, fucking throw him into solitary confinement with R. Kelly and just erase all that. And he should get a trial, is what I'm trying to say. Is this a defense of Diddy? Oh, goddamn. No, it's not a defense. It's merely saying, can Diddy get his trial? That's all I'm saying.
You get a trial when you beat the woman on camera.
He's dead wrong.
That's the way the system's set up. You still
get a trial for that. But yeah, absolutely. Get a trial for all of that. That's all I'm saying.
You still get a trial.
I know that people see what people heard was it's okay for Diddy to rape people or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. social media. I'm not saying that. I did not say that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying he should get his trial, his day in court. Everybody should not come to conclusions and just let the trial happen. And that's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think he's innocent of all the charges? Or what? Let me change the question. What do you think he's guilty
I'm
of?
not coming to no conclusions. I'm not saying yes or no, maybe so. I don't know. I haven't read the case. I haven't seen the testimony. I'm not looking for it. Let all of that play out in court. I have no innocent, guilty. I'm trying not to come to a conclusion.
Hey, y'all, correct me if I'm wrong. We know this dude. We know this brother for 26 years. When has he not said he has into the streets? Has he said that before? Rashid?
All the time.
He said he had to get to the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've known John, again, has he ever not had an opinion about something?
Never.
Why are you running right now? Say what's on your mind. Say it with your chest.
I think the overall charges, from what I understand, we see him on tape physically abusing Cassie. Obviously, that feels like he's guilty of that. There's a lot of accusations about what he did. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I would say right now, the only thing that I can think, if I was on the jury, based right now, there's a judge in front of me saying, is he guilty or is he innocent? I would say the only thing he's guilty of, for what I know, is beating Cassie.
Because that's the only thing you've seen.
That's the only thing I have seen.
Now,
maybe
let me ask you this.
Maybe y'all have read the case. Maybe you will have access to stuff I have not. I don't know. Only thing that I've seen is that. So that's all I can say.
Is that enough for you to be convinced that he is a monster? You look at the way he beat that woman.
Uh-huh. Well, I actually didn't see the video, but I saw enough of it.
You ain't seen the video?
I mean, I saw clips of it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go on any shade room or anything like that.
BS,
yeah. So I didn't see the video itself, but I get the point. I get the gist of it. Is he a monster? Is that good? Maybe the question is it good enough for him to go to prison? Sure.
I didn't ask that. I said, what, based on what you have seen, is that enough for you to be convinced that he is a monster?
I can't stand in judgment of nobody like that. Nope. I mean, for me personally, again, I don't know enough about it. I don't know the circumstances. Based on that, is it terrible? Is it foul? Was he wrong? 100%? Should he be punished? Is he, yes, all of the above. Is he a monster? I can't say that.
What is a monster to you then? Give me an example of somebody that's a monster.
You want me to give, because that was my example. You want me to give an example?
I want John. I want to understand it, like what his barometer is like, and what a monster is.
Okay, that's a good question.
Who is somebody that's done some really, really foul shit? Ike Turner. I would imagine Ike Turner beat Tina Turner on a regular basis, and apparently it was widely known, and everybody knew about it. I did see what Love got to do with it. Huh?
Diddy's
I saw that tape, and that's what I feel like he has done. So that's consistency.
Read this comment, John, and answer the question.
The Court of Public Opinion.
No, this one.
Wow.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. If this was your daughter getting drugged through that hotel floor, you'd be pontificating like this about what a monster is. See, here is the issue that I think a lot of people do this on social media. They love to personalize things and be like, well, okay, what if that was your mother or your husband or your daughter or your son? Well, that works in two different ways. What if Diddy was your brother, your son, your husband, your cousin, whatever the case might be, and he is not getting a fair trial or everybody's come to a conclusion about him? I think that you would also want him to have his day in court. It works both ways. Absolutely not. I wouldn't want my daughter to be drugged through the goddamn hotel room, get beat by Ike Turner or whatever idiotic ass thing we're trying to say. But what I am saying is that outside of that, stepped away from it, not with my child as the victim or my child as the victimizer, I feel like he deserves his day in court. I don't know why the hell that's goddamn controversial, but clearly it is.
Very, very balanced view. Start calling you Fox News.
So I want to follow up what Kelcher was asking. What's your version for monster, Rock?
R. Kelly, hands down, Kells. Now I'm pretty sure there's some, like, I've heard some stuff about, Trey Songz, but that was just hearing. I haven't seen anything in the courts or whatever. But based on what I've seen, especially the documentaries that came out with R. Kelly, that mug, yeah. Mm-mm. And just to think, like, let's say, to answer John's question, R. Kelly or Diddy. Let's say that was my family member. And because the hypothetical was, if that was your daughter, but what if Diddy was your brother or cousin or whatever? If I was close to him, that means I would have probably at one point in time seen Cassie. What I'd like to think is, if I saw that video, I would invite him over to the crib and I would beat the ever-living shit out of him, my family member. Because I expect more from the people that I surround myself with. And if that's what they do, nope. Tearing them up. So that's what I would think if that was someone who was close to me.
I think Diddy is a monster. I think he's a clown. And I don't rock with that dude. Never have, never will. And he makes good music, though. That's what I can say.
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be hard for me to not listen to Diddy related music.
Well, I feel like it's been easy to give up. I was an R. Kelly fan. Like, my wife and I used to go to the concert. I'm gonna say this. We had a party in undergrad. Hit a song called "Feeling on Your Booty." Feeling on your boo. Like, we had a party called "Feeling on Your Booty" party. And it was a dope party. It was a fantastic party. But it was easy to give up listening to R. Kelly for a number of reasons. I think the primary one is it was kids. Like it was little kids. And not that it makes it better because it's an older woman and things like that, but you don't have as much evidence. Like, you don't have a documentary where you have all these women talking about the things that Diddy did. I just think Diddy's he's an animal. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly's a monster. I think they're both equally, tragic. But, R. Kelly was, I think they said he was doing some of this stuff, making songs about it. And that to me is like, that doesn't register very well with me. But that's your cat. You got to, oh God.
He got a cat.
Yeah, I know, but okay.
Yeah, someone put in what solo Diddy songs out there. He ain't got no solo songs, but I tell you, that Love album,
didn't like it.
What's wrong with my cat?
I liked it.
Nothing wrong with your cat, man. Enjoy it.
So let me ask you a question then. Just, you got a couple of seconds then. And it's just interesting for thought. Yes, they're monsters. Yes. But when you hear people say, for those that still do remain R. Kelly fans of the music, and they say, oh, I could separate the man from the music. Do you think that's a valid statement, or you're like, nah? Can you separate the man from the music?
I'm R. Kelly. I mean, but here's the thing. And I'm an
like, in other words, my bad, real quick. So let me add on. So in other words, would you consider R. Kelly a musical genius still? Or is he dead and out the waters?
Those are two different things.
It needs to be true. He's both.
Okay.
The reality of it is this. I think you can argue there's a number of artists out there, whether it be actors or singers, who have done similar or worse things as R. Kelly and have not gotten this treatment. He happened to be right place, wrong time, in the right era where he gets canceled. I don't know if that happens to a lot of, historically, like, there, again, people who are kind of in the annals of success that is in this industry in some capacity. But, he got to take this L. You got to hold it. But it's plenty. I mean, the dude that owned the Clippers. I mean, he has a whole track record, and he's still paid. He's still free.
Mm-hmm. And to the question you posed, Tashi, she puts it out there accurately. You gotta understand duality. He can be, in fact, a musical genius and a deplorable person. Him being deplorable does not erase the fact that the man's a prodigy when it comes to that music. Here's what it is.
I wish I would have taken more time to think about it, but I would say my definition of a monster is the person that betrayed Fred Hampton and told the police where he was at.
A good one too.
Yeah. Now, since we got through all of that, and I also wanted to say, if we are judging people, if there is a hell below, we will all go. So keep that in mind. Marvin Gaye made "You Sure Love the Ball" about a teenager. James Brown beat every woman he was ever with. Goddamn. The list goes on and on. George Clinton was a drug addict. We can go down the list. Al Green, you name it. We can throw out mad people and sit and be like, well, you a monster and you a monster and you a monster. What have you done? Anyway, I don't know what else is left on the agenda, but it's 90 minutes.
Let's wrap it up and show some love to a serious thing. We all have people out in California. We have friends that have relocated and evacuated for safety. I personally know people who lost their homes in Altadena. So, as a Straight No Chaser podcast crew, we want to make sure that they all know that they're in our thoughts, our prayers, our manifestations. We're here if you need to talk, if you want to call, if you want to do whatever. And definitely when you come back for whatever that's Howard related, we're gonna wrap our arms around you and make sure that you are loved, because what's going on in California is crazy. I saw a data point that said, and this was a couple of days ago, 20,400 acres had burned in LA. 20,400 acres. And then I thought to myself, well, let me Google something. How many acres is Manhattan? Manhattan is 14,600 acres. So imagine the space the size of Manhattan and more than that having burnt down. And I ain't been right since. So that's my thoughts about that. And I'll leave space for everyone else to share their thoughts.
I think you posted about this and some donations, and I could tell this is getting with you differently. To your point, before I even say anything else, just my thoughts, prayers go out to everybody that's in LA that's been impacted. This is even the people who haven't had their homes burned. I've spoken to people who are out there. It's psychological as well. So there's going to need to be some counseling and some level of reconciliation that has to take place, because the worst thing that's ever happened to me that I can remember is when somebody broke into my grandparents' home. We came home and we saw blood and the house was ransacked, and there's a level of violation that kind of takes place when something like that happens. But to have everything of your, heirlooms, prized possessions, your home, this is your safe haven, and it's destroyed, and you can't do nothing about it. That's a whole different mindset that I really can't even put myself in. So my thoughts, prayers, condolences, well wishes, all of those go out to those that are suffering in those spaces. And I agree with you, Rod. I think the Howard community is really kind of rallying around in a fantastic way. So if anybody knows of anything that we can contribute to, let me know. But I know that the people are doing Red Cross stuff. I'm not really feeling that like that. But if there's something more specific please share that in the comments, or you can hit me up on my IG page and then DM me or something like that and let me know. But I want to support and just been thinking about it a lot. I do know people who have had to relocate as well, but checking in with everybody, nobody that I know has lost their life, which is fantastic. Jay,
Pretty much we're all on the same consensus, man. But the one that registers out my mind with everything with all this is just prayers for peace and healing, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I know a couple of people that are in LA, and thank God they weren't affected. But just even watching those videos, I ain't gonna lie, I shed a couple of tears just watching it. Like, yo, in the blink of an eye, in an instant, everything that you know could come crashing down. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So that's a heart. Even thinking about it right now, that shit almost like brings tears to my eyes, because I'm like, damn, where do you go? What do you say? Like, it's almost just like, hey, I would just offer myself up. I'm here in whatever capacity I can, but prayers for peace and healing, and realize, man, like I said, in the blink of an eye, it'll all be gone. It makes you appreciate what you have 10 times more, because it's like, I don't know. I ain't want to get too much off my little, because I'm starting to get emotional just thinking about that, man. Just prayers for peace and healings, man. For real, for real.
Well, I think it's cool that people putting links and ways that you can help the people in Southern California to assist in different ways that you can. Also want to keep in mind all the people that's suffering in Gaza. There's a lot of suffering all around the world, unfortunately. To quote the philosopher Nasir Jones, life's a bitch and then you die. But with that said, I mean,
you said that this is talk about black people. Did you want to talk about the black people?
Did I say that?
Episode seasons ago.
Yeah, just what you said.
I'm definitely about black people. We talked about LA. I think that Palestinians and black people should be lockstep, hand in hand, globally. Absolutely. Devastation there, devastation in Gaza, devastation all around the world if you start really looking into it. So yeah, MLK Inauguration Day, madness everywhere. And that's why you need to take some time out every now and then, treat yourself. Life is short. Enjoy what you got. With that said, gentlemen, I mean, where we at with it?
So, fellas,
are we doing the one recommendation thing?
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
We can.
Real quick, for my TV watchers, there's a show called Landman. I think it's on Paramount. Stars Billy Bob Thornton. He's like an oil field worker. I feel like he has a clause in every movie he does that he gets to have a sex scene. I don't know why that is, but just about everything Billy Bob Thornton is in, he's going to do this. But Landman is real good. Check it out. Landman, Paramount, one of those. It's a streaming TV show.
I'm going to go with Fight Night. It's on Peacock. It is with Kevin Hart, Samuel L. Jackson, Taraji P. Henson, Terrence Howard's in it as well. But it's a dope limited series, really based on when Muhammad Ali returned from his hiatus from boxing and fought in Atlanta, Georgia in the 70s. And so that night there was a big house party, and the Black Mafia, the gang members from all the parts of the country all went to this house party and got robbed. And so it's all about the premises around those two kind of iconic situations. So it's a dope joint, man. It's real entertaining. It's funny, but it's good. So you have to check it out. It's on Peacock.
My recommendation is going to also be a show, Cross, and I believe
yes,
Amazon Prime. I have been a fan of the James Patterson, Alex Cross series. I thought Morgan Freeman, for that time period, because we have a lot of black actors getting major roles and big movies. I thought that he did good. I think he did a good job with 2 movies, the Alex Cross movies. But Tyler Perry stomped on the essence and spirit of Alex Cross. He picked it up and then threw it over a bridge. He drained the water and then grabbed it and then took it to the top of the Empire State Building and he tossed it off. And then when it was all said and done, he decided to eat it. This new iteration, phenomenal. He does the people who wrote it and directed it, they nailed it. I mean, every other scene is like in Ben's Chili Bowl. I don't think no one in DC eats Ben's that much, but I thoroughly enjoyed Ben's, but I wasn't there. I wasn't there every day. But the show, phenomenal. If you like Alex Cross, make sure you watch that show. Yes, DC looked good too. All of their DC shots were phenomenal. They did DC right. They did the spirit of DC culture right. Washingtonians right. This was a great show.
You saw the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And the ending was wild, but we're gonna leave that.
The ending was wild. And that was true. And that was true to James Patterson and how he would write his books. It was very similar to how he writes those novels. So yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah, and it was wild. For me, my recommendation, to keep it short and sweet, I'm on a different tangent. It's okay to disconnect and take care of yourself. You know what I mean? We're so caught up in being, the greatest husband, wife, parent, person at work. We got so many things on our plate. It's okay to disconnect, and it's okay to say fucking no sometimes. No, I can't make myself available right now. I'm working on me. Because if you're not working on yourself, how you going to show up for somebody else? You know what I mean? So disconnect and say no sometimes. It's all right.
Total agreement. And Ben's Chili Bowl is for tourists at this point. But neither here nor there.
Still tastes good.
Str8 No Chaser podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in once again. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to try to figure this thing out a little bit more, maybe do these more often. We're going to see. But either way it goes, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and hanging in tough all these years. And
feedback. We want to hear what y'all, y'all be in here, but let us know what y'all think, man. How often y'all want to hear from us? Y'all want to see our faces, just want to hear our audio. What's up? Somebody said, real quick. Somebody said he feeling the tequila. I'm not. I only had 1.5, so I'm good. This is light work.
So with that,
what's up with you in this mute button?
He probably don't want us to hear the kids in the background. That's probably
exactly.
Yeah. So with that, thank y'all for listening. Like they said, hit us up with your comments. Let us know if you want to see a little more, hear a little more. We're gonna try to do this again, fellas. Yeah, let's see if we could do this again in another 2 weeks. If y'all down, I'm down. Let's give it another 2 weeks. You see the comments. John, you're on mute. So whatever.
We're not going to talk about Diddy.
We're not going to talk about Diddy, no. All right. So with that, y'all, we out. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Ta-da. That was good.